And we're live.
Hi, welcome to the StockinetteZombies. I'm Amy, also known as J Nitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 295.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Close to 300.
Yep. We're squarely in December now. We had some brief snow here, at least. This year, more than anything, my kids have been saying, like, oh, we really want to have a white Christmas. Wow. I don't know that they've noticed any year previously, but this year they want to have a white Christmas. So
my kids haven't said much.
Yeah,
I am. How many days of school they have left?
True enough. Yeah, a lot of people are talking about at work having the last full 2 weeks off. So they're like, so next week is my last week this year. And I'm like, wow, yeah, okay. Whew. I am super excited. Let's see if I can do this on the fly. Elvis Friday. It was between this one where he's kind of like looking at me like I'm a student, or this one. So yes, we are watching Elf as a group together on Friday. So I'm super excited about that. For ZKN, we are doing the Advent KAL countdown, mini skein countdown. Sorry, I keep on substituting in what I call it, which would be an Advent, counting down the days till Christmas, which is my holiday, but it is a mini skein countdown. And I mentioned out in our Discord forums that I've pivoted on my mini skein countdown that has not arrived, that it is not going to be counting down till Christmas. So look at something else that I'm looking forward to that countdown too. So no, it's been fun. I did have another Advent that I got at a really great price that you guys will see when we're talking about WIPs here. Just hoping that everybody out there is staying healthy and safe and well, as numbers continue to climb and worry continues to happen, at least for me, for other friends, family, loved ones. So
okay. Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm contemplating visiting family and I keep changing my mind.
Yeah, no, the United States Postal Service is definitely underwater, I feel like right now, just with the increased amount of shipping because we're all staying home, and then people are doing a lot of online shopping, and then now everybody's kind of like pivoting and sending gifts via United States Postal Service. So again, I've got some anxiety climbing about like, okay, I need to get that in the mail because I can't count on it getting there within. And again, my heart goes out to all of the postal workers. I know that they're doing their best they can under the, like, I just imagine like a mountain of every day as they enter, right?
Right.
Yeah. Package avalanche. And then, yeah, this December marks the start of us starting to talk about ZK stuff again. So we'll catch that at the end, as we normally do. But super exciting stuff going on there. So.
Yep, absolutely. So we're here today to talk about WIPs.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start. I had I had a bunch of Advent or mini skein FOMO, but as I found out working on some of my scrappy projects, or in this case, getting back to my festive doodle, has been providing me with that stand-in. So instead of, so I did some math. I haven't fully done the math because it would require going to the sleeves, but the body math of, you know, what I can get done in a day and what goals I should set to get done in a day to reach that, so that this is done before we start our ZK KALing, was kind of all in there. But yeah, as soon as I, maybe tonight, I'll sit down and I'll do the math so that I know for the sleeves as well.
Yeah.
Um, the
No, I'm
body,
with you. I've been trying to prioritize finishing things that are non ZKL, ZK designers and ZK yarn.
yeah, for sure. I mean, this is both obviously, and then I had a sweater that was so near the end at the end of last year that I was like, oh well, I'll just set it aside. It took me 2 nights to finish it. I was like,
Yeah.
why did I do that? So this year I'm gonna try to get myself a sweater to wear this year, or this coming winter, rather
Mhm.
than having it sit languishing when I could have just finished it. So I'm gonna
Yep.
try to finish this before the end of the year.
Angel
And
Mom says that as stunning color work, and Silver D says that you're reminding her that she needs to do color work more. So
yes.
yes,
And
gorgeous,
I
gorgeous.
am really enjoying this, and yeah, these are fun colors that Jill Draper helped me pick out. As in, like, I gave her a list of her colorways that were available, and I said these are the ones I'm thinking of mixing, and then she put them all together next to each other and took a picture for me, and I was
Mhm.
like, thank you, and so I bought them.
Yeah, no, it always helps when somebody, I mean, I did that this weekend. 6 and 7 Fiber has a Little Women colorway, and they have a clover base that I've always been intrigued with. And I was trying to find like 3 colors in that Little Women collection in those colorways. And I ended up like downloading pictures and creating collages and applying filters to see whether or not there was contrast enough. Yeah, it helps when they can put the colors together and they're just all in the same picture, right?
Sorry, somebody's trying to call me. I don't know what's going on. I had a bunch of pings at work, and somebody's trying to call me, and there's workmen downstairs doing some work on my bathrooms.
Well, hopefully everything's okay. If you need to turn off your screen and answer if they continue to call.
Right, yeah, we'll see. I declined it because it could just be
Yeah.
telemarketers.
Yep.
I was
Val
I was
also says that it's super gorgeous, super stunning.
Yeah, thank you. And
Yeah.
then the other thing I've been doing is adding rows to my scrappy things. So this is my scrappy crochet
Ooh.
blanket.
That really, like from a distance, looks like a quilt almost. That's really
Yeah,
cool.
it is a quilt blocking method. So it's that log cabin.
Hmm.
And so I started with a square, and then I added a square of the same size, and then you just keep rotating around,
Hmm.
filling it in. So yeah, that's what it should look like.
I'm just saying, again, without being able to see the details of it being crochet, it just
Oh,
really reads literally like that over yeah, it's beautiful.
like a fabric.
Yeah, yep.
So
I
then
don't
I
see,
also have been adding to my mitered. So this is it very folded up, but this is its length so far. So it's very wide. It's bed width, but it's this far as the length.
so I remember like when you had it here, you kind of had a bunch of like colors that you wanted next to each other, like all pre-planned out. Have you made it through that and had to kind of replenish? Or are you still working through the destiny that you had already predetermined?
Well, I don't predetermine this far ahead.
Okay,
So
okay.
each row I do that too. And then
Got
I
it.
take a picture, and then I put all the balls back. And then when
Mhm.
I'm ready for the next one, I refer to my picture.
Mhm.
Oh, that would have been great for tips. Oh well.
Well, you can remember it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But then yeah, so I've been working on, sorry, I lost a ball.
Just in general, using your camera as a memory assistant, very helpful. I do that more. I'm like embarrassed to admit how much I do it. I'm like
Right.
finding all these random pictures like showing up in my last year, 2 years ago. And I'm like, what the heck was that? Oh, okay. Yep. I was trying to remember something.
Yeah, or just taking a picture of a piece of paper on your desk. You're like,
Yes.
yep.
Yep.
But then my last two whips that I'm going to talk about are Advents. So if you do not wish to be spoiled, I'm going to be talking about the Loopy You Gnome kit. Now, Megan and I found out that we accidentally switched.
And I worked so hard to not have them be switched. But I ended up with winter and you ended up with Christmas.
Yeah, so I'm knitting a Christmas one. And then hopefully we'll switch at the end. But so she can have the Christmas decoration, and I'll just get the fun of knitting it with the fun colors. But I am all the way caught up on clues. So I have done day 7, and then day 8 was not a knitting clue. So here it is.
That is very Christmassy. I can now see why yesterday you were like, this is not winter.
Right. Well, and you can also see how I might have, because I wasn't reading that closely, she already gave us the clue where she said that this was the Christmas one.
Yeah.
But since it was blue, I was like, oh, it's blue, it's winter, it's winter. It's, I just kept knitting. And then I got to the red and I'm like, this doesn't seem like this is mine.
Yeah. That's so fun. I love the little end.
I know, it's so adorable.
Yes.
And then and I've already knit the beard that is also a clue.
And you decided that you were gonna go not kinky, you were gonna go loopy?
Oh yeah. I did not do the kinky beard. I was impatient. I wanted to see what it was doing.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't done something like that before with the loops on the edging.
So I've been keeping along with looking at spoilers, but I've not been, for my own mental health, I have not been, I've not passed it on and kept up with the clues. I think maybe I'll get to like a weekend where I'm feeling okay about where I'm currently at with the rest of my whips that are making me go a little crazy that I have so many things on the needles. And then I'll just do a whole bunch of the clues in a row.
Yep. And that is one thing about these clues. They're small enough that, you can get them done and then you go a few days without another clue. So you could catch up in a weekend for sure.
Yeah.
And then I also am doing what I'm calling shitty socks because they are Schitt's Creek themed 24 stripers.
Yep.
And so here is mine.
And they start in different places for everyone, so it's not necessarily a spoiler for everyone, but it could be.
The only thing that I'm noticing is that if you can catch that, I started these perfectly the same, and they're not perfectly the same up in the stripings. Yep. So I'm not like done with clue 8 on this one, or no, clue 7, because I haven't worked on this today yet, but I'm not too on this one, but on this one, I've already done half a row of the next color, right? So
it's an inexact science, that striping.
It is an inexact science for sure.
The other one might catch up, right? Like, yeah.
It could bounce back later on.
I've noticed that with my skews, because you don't definitely notice it, especially when you get to like the heel section where there's just the bazillion stitches where you're knitting the heel part that does the origami moment. And they often catch up, or it's not noticeable, at least at the end, unless there was something significantly different on one side regularly, right?
I'm not worried about it. It's just the daily, like, okay, when do I stop? I'm not sure
what's telling you to stop. Yeah.
But that's it. That is my whips.
Okay. So again, totally driving me a little crazy right now. I'm super enjoying waking up every morning and opening a little mini skein countdown. But knitting so I'm doing the Radvent throw. So at the end, I'll have 24 squares. And then you do a bunch of joining with a main color. And I'm really enjoying the surprise of like the routine of getting up every morning and taking it out, unpackaging it, taking a picture of my previous day's finished one in good daylight, staining up the yarn. Like, it's just coffee in hand, right? It's now become like something that I'm looking forward to and enjoying every morning. But it's taking a large portion of my day to finish the square. So all these other things that I need to be working on, I'm kind of feeling like I'm not enjoying the square as much as I should be because I'm like just trying to get through it. But so this was day one, and again, this is the old Soul Fiber Co. And it was from, it's gonna get washed out, I think, but here maybe easier to like hold up the progression. It's just it gradiates, right? So this one's got a little bit more of the speckle. This one has more of the green that was the speckle in that one previously. Then it went to blue, blue with pink. Yeah, I don't know that you're getting any of it. Pink with green, and then a lighter shade of pink, which I really enjoy. And then today's is more of a Merlot.
Okay.
Overtone, but these are 20-gram skeins. I knitted up on 5s rather than 6s because I enjoyed the texture. Also, I had a little bit issue with reading a chart and didn't do the rest rows where you just knit. And so when I started out, it was really airy because all it was lace. And so I just stuck with the 5s. And with those 5s, I end up going past where the pattern stops and adding another V. So another V gets added in here. And then every day it's like yarn chicken. I'm having like little links and then sometimes like a little ball left. But I'm using up the max of that 20-gram skein that I can because I figure bigger blanket, better. And what am I going to do with like a little 5-7 gram? I mean, if you're knitting it with scraps, then you could just grab things that you only had that amount of yarn with. But that is my Advent that I am doing, enjoying, like I said, or trying to enjoy and not be stressed out about this is why I'm primarily a monogamous knitter, because I do get stressed out about wanting to get the other stuff. Last week, my yarn that had been sitting in St. Paul arrived. So actually I'll grab these are 3 yarn babies. So I got triplets from Cece's Wool, and this is in the Northern Lights colorway. And I'm knitting a nesting. So this one's showing up a little bit more accurate, less washed out. I'm knitting a nesting cardigan for my mom. So you start out with the collar. So this is the back piece that goes around your neck. And I am loving how the motif is showing up in these colors. That seems pretty color accurate. So I've got a little ways to go before I start doing the raglan, and it'll be, I think this is about halfway actually for my mom's size, is about right there. So yeah, I'm super excited about it, and I need to get a truckin'. I'm gonna try to get it in the mail to my mom. And then my other whips that I was waiting on yarn because I tried a yarn baby and realized that I wasn't, with the amount of positive ease on this Weekender Light. This is the Festive Pickle colorway from Cece's Wool in the fingering yarn baby. I absolutely love how it knit up, and I also add length to everything. So absolutely love how it knit up. But then my sleeve yarn has arrived now and is all caked up and just raring to finish this finished object. You could totally rock it as a, and I think I did when we were talking to Cece, as just a vest, right? But look at those colors, all of the greens. I love the greens. So, and the sleeves should go fairly quickly, and I'm going to stripe the new one or swap the new one color, alternate colors, sorry, with the new one and the old one to make sure that we've got it in there. So that one needs sleeves. And then I've got a recent cast on, my Sparky by Andrea Mowry. This is with the Feederbrook Farms that I got at Rhinebeck last year. And you can see there's also like a gradiating that both of them are BFL DK that I've done. I absolutely love it. Again, I'm not, maybe you're seeing it, but the modification I made here is by the time I got through the yoke, I had gone through almost a full ball of the contrast color. And so I was a little freaked out about having enough to do the sleeves because the sleeves are patterned like this too. So I actually put 2 rows of main color in between where the pattern is written for one row of main color before you do those kind of double fleck or single fleck, or 2 rows of the fleck and 1 row of the fleck. And I think it maybe changes the overall look a little, but it was a good mod because I now have sufficient, even if I wanted to try to make my sleeves a similar color. Like not have it be like orange on this side and, you know, the darker blue on the other or whatever. So, and then this one has, I also increased the length on it. It's normally a kind of croppy one. And then that's where the pockets go. So they're afterthought pockets where you run a strand of yarn through the stitches, kind of like a lifeline. And then you work with the contrast color there. Fairly common pocket item, but super, super love it. What else was I going to say? Neckline for my size, one of the 2 smallest sizes, had the same amount of stitches as like the larger sizes. So it was like super wide. It was like flash dancey. So I actually ended up ripping out the cast on, or actually having to, because it was ribbing, having to cut a stitch right here and unraveled the ribbing around the neck and did kind of like you do on the love note, which is I picked up all of the stitches, which there's short rows in there. It was kind of a late night, like, why did I decide to do this at 12 o'clock at night? Because it seemed like a good idea at 12 o'clock at night. And then I did some decreases, and then I worked the ribbing on an even smaller needle. And then now it sits a lot better on my shoulders rather than being super, super wide. So if anybody's looking at doing a Sparky and you're in one of the smaller sizes, I would say the neckline is substantially larger than it looks like modeled to me. So, and that was a mod you could just provisionally cast on and do the same thing, just like you do for the love note.
Yeah, I know with this doodle, I saw a lot of people with varying widths of necklines, and so yeah, that was definitely a concern when I was going into it.
So yeah, super excited about that. I'd really like you said, to be able to wear this on my Christmas Zoom.
Yeah.
Or maybe the festive pickle. One of the two. I have to do one of the two. Also have some other design work that I had to get some samples out like in the mail on Saturday. So that was kind of hectic, but
done now.
Why do I do this to myself?
Because at some point you're able to breathe and you feel like you need something to do, and then you sign yourself up for all the things.
Yep, it's true. It's true. It's those moments of like, I'm fine. I can cast on a gnome and Advent Schitt's Creek socks and knit a square a day and do my design work and finish these sweaters. No. Poor project planning.
You'd think we'd be better at it, Megan. You'd think we'd be better.
Valerie says that KALs derail her. They do to me too. Like there's that excitement of joining in and casting on, and but I don't know that I have a lot of excuse here other than I was waiting on yarn, and thought casting on another sweater while I was waiting on the other sweater was a good idea. But and then planning gifts for my mom. Again, I'm super excited about this. When I start working in that reverse stockinette, I think this color, not that it's not already singing, but it's really going to be like, oh. So anyway, I've jabbered on uncharacteristically, right? Like Normally I'm like the one whip, and then you're the one that has a
Oh, yes, yes. I'm like, you're saying you're not talkative? What is, but
No, I would never make
multiple.
that claim, Amy. No,
Okay.
but normally I have one whip on which to pontificate for a long amount of time. This time I've had many opportunities to share. But no, we're super excited about ZK, and I'm going to let you tee that one up.
Oh, okay. Well, we recently signed our speaker, and we are beyond excited to have the Orange Lady herself, Gigi, made it.
Coming
So,
from Chester, she's gonna meet everyone.
you gotta like, uh, I got,
I got Gigi,
right.
not male. Yeah, Gigi. We got Gigi. Yay! So excited.
Yeah, no, we're beyond excited. So start thinking up all things orange, because we're going to have a chance to hear from the lady herself, and she'll come and mingle, and it's going to be great. We're excited.
Yeah, a little bit of a hat tip there to maybe a KAL challenge.
Yeah.
Something orange. Something Gigi. Yeah. Fabulous.
Yep. And then my other quick announcement is that I sent out an email to all ZK Zombie Apocalypse attendees.
Yep.
And let them know that we're going to be starting our KAL. So when we start our KAL, January 1st, we like to get our vendor list and our designer list out there. So those have been published to the website and are available to you via link in that email.
Start scheming, right?
Yeah. We're doing things a little bit different this year. So you need to go to a Google form to sign up. I will assign you a team. We're going to have 3 teams this year. And I've even given clues as to a theme out on Discord already. And as I say Discord, I realize that that's the other catch. We are not doing this on Ravelry this year. We are doing this on our Discord network, because that's where most of our communication is starting to happen. So we're trying to make that shift. And so in order to participate, we need you to go out and join the network. That link is also provided in the email. So join the network, get your name established, and then you can come sign up with your name.
And teams will be announced, right?
Yep, teams will be announced in Discord. I've already started the team channels. That's where I said there's a theme hint. So if you wanted to go out and look for the team names, and then I'll just start linking people who are in that team, and then I will create a document that will live on Google that shows your team affiliation.
Yep. So again, that Discord, there's multi reasons for us moving to Discord. One being Ravelry accessibility. The other, that's where we have Zombie Knitting Network, which is really kind of the, it's all part of the same ecosystem now. The ZKNers are some of the participants in ZK, and it's kind of like the ZKN network annual meetup now. And so, yeah, I think you'll find that you enjoy it. There's a phone app, which can be really nice. It can also be very distracting. The main way that I use it is via the web page, which is again very much like Ravelry, in that there's just a list of threads. I would say that our threads are a lot more granular, a lot more topic specific. So if there's something that you're not interested in, you can kind of ignore if there's a bunch of activity there, which is nice. So like you don't, if you're not interested in what people are eating or their families or whatever, that's a bad example. You should care about what other people's families have going on.
But what they're eating.
Yeah, what they're eating, what they're reading, what they're listening to, what their whips are. I mean, there's all kinds of weather, if you're not interested in weather chatter, right? There's all kinds of different categories and groupings. And so there's a ZK grouping, ZK 2021 grouping. again, I just find it a much better experience, user experience. And if you're more accustomed to being on a computer, again, that's an option for you versus the app. And I find that posting pictures is way more easier, right? Like I can take a picture and post it to the Discord forums via the web or via the web or phone app, super easy. So I hope people love it and enjoy it. And I'm excited to see all the ZKers jumping into Discord now.
Yeah, and it is a lot more conversational and chat oriented. So chances are if you go out there at some point during the day, somebody will be out there talking about something.
Yep.
And
Claire also mentions that you can mute channels. So
okay.
That's also good, right? Or if you don't want to be enabled, right? If you're on a yarn diet, Valerie's saying, yeah, you can mute that one.
No, that's a good point. I don't mute any of the channels as the moderator, but but yes, you can mute things.
Yep.
You don't have
to. Yep. All that to say, we love Discord. We hope everybody joins us. It's a lot of fun. And don't be scared. There's a lot of people that have recently joined and learned, and yeah, we were all there at one point. So
yeah, and you might learn a few things about the Zombie Knit Network, and so you should see a few things coming around in the announcements. And if you're just curious, like, oh, how do I get involved? People will be able to help you there. We have obviously free options, but there is some of the things require membership.
Yeah. So the one place where it for sure dovetails in is we have Wednesday virtual knit nights, VKNs. And once a month we have a free one, and we'll be sending out that link to the ZKers to make sure that they can come and join and get some of that cross-pollination and community building prior to the event.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I think we had some of the ZKers join us the one right before Thanksgiving, right? And we'll continue to invite. So
yeah, no, definitely go check out our vendors and designers and get ready for that KAL. So excited.
I know I just made a huge lavender loon purchase, because she was super generous and gave us a cowl kit to give away during Mina's talk, which was fabulous. I didn't mention that. It made my weekend. It was so great to hear her talk about her journey. And then B, I needed to replenish. I'd used all of my lavender yarn from the last KAL, so I'm now scheming for what I'm gonna be using this for. But she's got some interesting bases, and anyway.
I have a soft-sided under the bed tote. You know, like that is full right now of ZK yarn. So
I need to pull mine out. I need to stir the stash. Pull out the ones, and then like do from there. I think prior to New Year's Eve for ZKN, we might have like a just kind of making plans for 2020. You could show your make 9. You could chat through how you do your project planning and what you're planning to do, and if you're planning to do the ZK KAL. But
yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun, and I've been looking at that pile. I keep threatening to pull Diane in just because I want to knit with her yarn right now.
Suburban Stitcher. Yep.
Yeah, Suburban Stitcher.
Yeah, no, so this is funny, right? Like if I'm holding a mirror up to myself, I was just talking about how stressed out by all of my projects, and here I am like dancing around about how excited I am about the KAL. This is how I get into this state. How about Megan?
She wants to go back to being monogamous, guys. Help her out.
Please. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. And again, we have so much to be excited about, and hope that you join us in that excitement.
Bye.
Bye, Ufta.